Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ready, Set, Recap, where we recap what's been going on. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend, Skyler.
What's up, everyone? It's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
It's been a minute. This week in the news, Grand Theft Auto has been delayed again, and we have some more news about the Warner Brothers buyout. We also might cover a couple other things if we've got time, but more importantly, before we get into all that, Skyler, what's been going on with you these last several weeks?
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since our last recap, I think.
Something like that.
And a whole lot of stuff has happened. More so for you. You've been a busy little bee.
I have.
I've just been keeping on. A couple things that I did during our little hiatus was I saw movies, of course. But God, if my life just doesn't all blend together. The one I'm going to talk about is Black Phone 2. Black Phone 2. Did you ever see the first one of those?
No,
Black Phone?
I've got the Black Galaxy.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. That's a good bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the Black Phone came out, I think, 2021, and it is a Joe Hill book. Joe Hill is the son of Stephen King. And
Stephen? Wait. Why you got different names?
It's just a pseudonym.
Stephen's real name is Hill?
No. Well,
Hill.
wait. I don't know.
Which one? Who's got the fake name?
I think they're both fake names.
Oh my God. And they didn't choose the same fake last name?
No, well, you don't want to. Braun Breaker is a Steiner, but you know he doesn't go by Steiner. You know what I mean?
If I was becoming an author and my dad was Stephen King, 100% I'm putting that on the cover to sell books.
Well, yeah, maybe you would sell, but then there's that that nepotism thing of like, oh, this is Stephen King's son. Then let's see what he's got. Now, granted, that still happens.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Also,
it can either
Stephen
happen
King's,
and I cannot get the sales for it, or it can happen and I can.
Stephen King's birth name is, in fact, Stephen King. So, yeah, no, Joe Hill's name is Joe King, and he just goes by the pseudonym Joe Hill.
Oh, is it because Joe King sounds like a fake ass name?
You can't take him seriously.
You can't take him seriously if his name is Joe King. That sounds like a Joker cover name.
Anyways, the point is, The Black Phone is a pretty good movie, and The Black Phone 2 came out, and it's also a pretty good movie. I liked it.
Nice.
That's all I'm going to say about it. Other than Ethan Hawke, who plays the bad guy in both films, he's really good. I really like Ethan Hawke in these movies. Another thing that I did was, hey, the Major League Baseball World Series happened, and holy moly, guacamole, was it a good series of baseball. I've heard tales from many a people who are like, I'm not really into baseball. I've never really been into baseball. I did watch this, and now I think I'm into baseball. So that's really cool. Those boys are doing it. Obviously, my condolences to the nation of Canada. Y'all really thought
you could beat us at America's pastime? Hell no. Go back to hockey, losers.
And I say that with the utmost respect because y'all put up a hell of a fight. And yeah, a thing that people complain about is the Dodgers have a super team because the MLB doesn't have a spending cap, so they just buy all the best players. That's true.
Yeah. That is correct. That does happen.
But
yes, and
hey, until something happens about that, let's go Dodgers. I'm sorry, I like the Dodgers.
Let's go Dodgers.
I will say that they're not my number one team. As being a San Diego boy, of course I'm a Padres fan. But that cheering for them isn't fun. So let's go Dodgers.
Yeah, just pick a team that's good.
That Game 7 specifically was absolutely insane. Too much to even talk about. But the fact that the game went all 7 games and multiple times it went in extra innings. One of which went 18 extra innings, a full extra game of baseball. It's fun.
Yeah.
But enough about that.
Yeah.
Another thing that I did was something else that you did that we'll just talk about briefly. We had a little Halloween party with a couple of close friends. all of which have podcasts of their own, which we can shout out. So, of course, Abrar of the Brown Boy Wonder podcast, which we are frequently on.
Yeah, who
He
came as
was
just
there.
himself,
Yeah,
which
he.
like
We all wore outfits, Halloween costumes, and he just rocked up in a Jets jersey with a Jets hat, and then halfway through the night, he was like, "All right, check this out," and he took off the Jets jersey and he just wore a hoodie with his podcast logo on it,
yeah,
repping his own merch, which you can't buy it because we're very small. So
yes.
why? But hey, you do you, Abrar.
He made a one of one Brown Boy Wonder podcast, and he wore it to a Halloween party, and he said, "I'm the Brown Boy Wonder. This is my costume."
So boo to that. I'll just say that I was wearing a Star Trek: The Next Generation uniform,
Yeah, yeah.
specifically red, and I had the pips on my neck where I was a captain. That's important to know. That I don't think I'm admiral status, but I do believe I could be a captain.
Not even on Halloween. Can't even pretend on Halloween.
A friend of the show, Steven, who gets talked about frequently here, he showed up just wearing a suit, and we said he's the alternate universe version of himself where his wife didn't leave him. That joke plays funnier if you know him. Everyone else is just gonna have to take my word for it. Friends Anthony and Ray, who just recently started their own podcast, the Couples Collectors Club, where they talk about toys and
Comics mostly.
maybe
Yeah.
comics. Yeah, I don't know. They showed up. Anthony was Luigi,
Yeah.
and Ray was some doctor from some show. The Pit. I didn't watch
Yeah.
The Pit.
She was the character from The Pit who was also the same actor from ER, but I didn't know his name in either show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool.
Well, and she showed up, or no, before the party, like days before. She was like, "I'm taking this costume like really seriously. Like I ordered a shirt off of Redbubble," and we were like, "Oh, she's like cosplaying a thing." And then she shows up as a doctor.
She did
But,
say
like-
that. What was her shirt even?
It was just a doctor shirt, like a doctor scrub shirt.
Oh,
And I was like I would have assumed, knowing
that
Ray,
she would have already had one.
exactly,
Yeah.
because Ray is like, the joke in our group is that she's the doctor, like because she's
the
always
doctor.
talking about like medical
She's
stuff.
basically a doctor.
She does data entry for hospitals. It does not make her a doctor.
That's the same thing,
No, no.
as far as I'm concerned. And then your costume, I'm just gonna let you break it down for the people. But to preface it, you were the last person to arrive,
Very late.
and we were all waiting for a very specific planned activity that we will talk about in a second.
Well, you can say
and-
what it is because that's the planned activity is why I chose the costume that I chose.
Oh, okay. We multiple friends in our group have played Dungeons and Dragons before.
Yeah.
Because we're big fucking nerds. But a good handful, about half, I guess, hadn't ever played D&D, and some of them were like, "That'd be fun to give it a shot." And so I was like, "Let's do a Halloween thing." So I slapped together a little Halloween one shot, not set in fantasy. It was contemporary. They were exploring a haunted high school, and I said, "Whatever you're playing as." Like people attending a Halloween party, so whatever you're wearing to the actual party is what you're wearing in the game.
Yeah.
And that actually came into play when Ray was like, "Well, I have a stethoscope. Do I have a stethoscope in the game?" And I'm like, "You sure do."
Right. And I thought that everyone, because the conversation beforehand was sounding more intense about the costumes than I thought it ended up turning out. Is because Anthony had been like, "Well, my character is as powerful as Jesus," and like, Ray
and he was Luigi.
Yeah, and
so,
Ray was hyping up, I went and I had to buy like a special shirt from a special website and like all this stuff. And I kind of figured that Abrar would disappoint. But so I was like, okay, so they're all going to have like good costumes. So I'm going to go as the kid who was too cool to wear a costume. So I went as like sort of a punk rock like emo kid, and I straightened my hair out and I put a Nirvana shirt on over a white long sleeve, so it was like 90s style. I had the wallet chains and some rings and eyeliner and nail polish, the whole nine. And I walked in an hour late because it turns out forever for nail polish to dry, which they don't tell you.
You have to know.
You just
have
gotta
to be
know.
in the know of the
Yeah.
industry, I guess.
So put those on, and then could not do the rest of my costume for approximately 30 minutes. And so then I came into Black Parade, My Chemical Romance, because you gotta.
And I just gotta say, there was a kind of pseudo costume like contest part of what we were doing. I was just like, oh, well, whoever's got the best one, we'll see.
Yeah.
And we were steaming. We were like, where is this motherfucker? He's so late.
It's like an
We're not
hour
gonna start.
late.
We're not gonna start this D&D campaign until 9 o'clock. And we wanted to watch a movie after this, which we still did.
Yeah.
And then you come in, and as soon as we see the costume, I gotta tell you, all was forgiven. It was amazing. You won the costume contest.
Yeah, which like didn't get me. I thought it was gonna have like in-game bonuses or something. Didn't
No.
give me nothing.
No.
Yeah, just got me the adoration
No.
of my friends.
Yeah. And isn't that really what matters?
No.
Okay, well, buy a trophy then. I don't care.
You buying everybody else rings for their shit. I can't
You
get
gotta.
nothing.
You got. All right. Well, Christmas is around the corner. Let's see what happens.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, that was fun. And then to end the night, we just watched not even really a horror movie, just a dog shit movie. Watched Shark Night 3D from 2011. If
Yeah.
people remember that movie,
They don't.
absolutely terrible. Fantastic way to end Halloween. So that was fun. That's really all I can think of that I've been up to that's worth mentioning. I did see other movies, but I can't be fucked to remember what they were at this point. They made my letterbox list, so I guess if they're good enough, I'll run them down at the end of the year.
Sure.
One thing that I will say that I haven't actually done yet is Del Toro's Frankenstein came out, and I haven't seen that yet, so I do want to see that. We have reached the point where it is on Netflix, and although I do champion going to the theaters to see movies, listen, it's on Netflix. So
you've seen a lot of movies this year. I think watching one on Netflix is not gonna, kill our local Cinemark.
Oh, I just remembered something else. Yeah. I started watching, to the extent that the episodes are out, the new Welcome to Derry show.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to watch that, but I literally had zero time to myself for the last 3 weeks. So,
and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So I should watch it, is what you're saying.
I think so. I mean, if you liked at least the first It movie well enough, right?
Yeah, well, it's not that I didn't I just didn't see the second one.
No, that's yeah. Well, that's the weaker one.
Okay, well,
of the two. So, but yeah, this seems to be going places. It doesn't really pull punches on gore or whatever. It's without getting into much to
oh my god,
spoil it.
A kid gets ripped in half in the first episode. Oh no, he got quiet.
So,
maybe it does happen.
We're just gonna
kids getting wiped out.
What have you been up to, Daniel?
So on the back of kids getting wiped out,
Yeah.
the reason that we were gone the first week is because I was out of town. Me and my family and a bunch of people that I don't know, all met up in California for my oldest sister Chelsea's wedding, which was great.
Congratulations to Chelsea. Shout out if you're listening.
Shout
you
out
might
Chelsea.
Be. I don't know.
She does. She listens. It might be a couple weeks from now before she gets around to it, but she'll hear it eventually.
Cool.
And it was great. Genuinely, like the ceremony was great. There were 2 different receptions, and I think both of them were great. Like there were a lot of very good times were had. There was also a lot of stuff in the middle that did suck. Mostly travel, which is not her fault or anyone's fault really. But just there was a lot of driving and flying, and it wouldn't do it again. Wouldn't do it. Next time she gets married, if it's not all happening in the same zip code, I might just not go to all 3 things. You know what I mean?
Next time, I like how you went with next time she gets married and not when your other sister gets married.
No, that's not gonna happen. So we live in Texas, North Texas, and we flew
Yes, we do.
to Los Angeles, home of the Doyers.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, because that's where the groom, my new brother-in-law, him and his family are originally from there, although he's lived here forever at this point. But they didn't want to, all fly out to Dallas because there's a lot of them that are out there. I think just
Yeah.
his side of the family and like their friends, like the people that they invited was like in the ballpark of 200 people, and they weren't all going to
Nice.
make the flight. Granted, only about 100 of them actually came to the event, but still, 100 is still a
Mm.
lot.
Yeah.
So we flew in there and met up with my other sister Emily and her boyfriend down in LA because they had been sitting with them, like helping them get ready. But then we actually drove before we did anything really in LA. Like we got a donut at Randy's, I guess, but before we did really anything,
That's something.
we drove all the way up to San Francisco and more specifically San Rafael for the redwood forests.
Yeah. That's what you were telling me before you went on the adventure.
Yeah,
To which I, being from California,
you were like,
said
that's a long way.
that's like a 6-7 hour drive. Why you doing that?
It was also for us a lot longer than that because we didn't take like the normal highways. We took the PCH. We took
the scenic route.
yeah, we took the scenic route. So for us it was a lot longer. It was even longer on the way back, but we'll get to that. On the way up, we stopped a couple places. We stopped Santa Monica and a couple of other like little bays and stuff that had some cool stuff. I don't know. Mostly it was just like, hey, we're going to walk out and look at the ocean here. And then we're going to walk out and look at the ocean here. And it's like, cool. Like I've seen it.
Yeah.
But Santa Monica
Same
Pier
ocean.
was nice. It's a cool place.
Sure.
There was a lot going on there. We ran into a celebrity. We ran into Zoltar.
That's right.
Yeah. And he told us a great fortune, which is, of course, that he who laughs last thinks slowest or something like that. It was something to the effect of like the person who laughs last is an idiot.
Who laughed last?
I don't remember. There's so many things that happened. It probably me.
Okay.
So that was cool. Drove all the way up to San Francisco, whatever. Saw the Golden Gate Bridge. You'll never guess, not gold. But
They should really put that on the box.
they should really put that on the box. It's honestly, it's a false advertising as far as I'm concerned. What I will say is San Francisco, and more specifically San Rafael, gorgeous, absolutely outstanding. Love those
Oh yeah,
places.
yeah.
Like
It's very pretty.
the those big ass trees. Hell yeah.
I was in San Francisco last year for a friend of the show, Ed. He got married, and it was at a vineyard. I don't remember
Yeah.
which one.
Ours
Where
was not. I had a vineyard.
but I flew into Oakland, which made me not have to drive 7 hours. It
Yeah.
did have the unfortunate side effect of me having to fly into Oakland, but
I don't think LAX is much better.
listen, I just hold a grudge against that place because even though they don't have the Raiders anymore, fuck the Raiders. All right, that's all I gotta say.
That's fair. I respect it. So the ceremony, the actual like, I now pronounce you yada yada, that was supposed to be at the Muirwoods, but of course the government is shut down, which means the national parks are shut down. And I was, of course, I was like, okay, well, it's a forest. What are they going to do? We can just go in there. The officiant is just a friend of hers. Like there's nobody here who's going to rat us out. But my sister was like, no, there's probably like a security guard. And I was like, oh, what? The one person who's going to work is the person who says to go fuck ourselves?
Yeah, what? He's not getting paid either.
Like, what? Come on now. I think if we had rolled up and she was wearing a wedding dress, that any security guard probably would have just been like, yeah, all right.
Nah, he would have been a dickhead. I can feel
He
it.
probably would have been. Anyway, but we ended up finding another place that was, I've never been to the Muirwoods. I'm sure it's gorgeous. We found another place that was also redwoods. It was a little amphitheater behind like a local library, which sounds rinky dink, but I promise you it's gorgeous.
It sounds spur of the moment and romantic.
Yeah,
There you go.
it wasn't exactly spur of the moment. Like they had found it like a couple days before or something, but
It was the spur of the couple days before.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really fast turnaround on it because they were kind of thinking like, oh, maybe the shutdown will be over. We got some time on it. Which, by the way, we were flying out of DFW airport, and they had a video playing on the TSA pre-check of that dumb bitch Ice Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, being
she's like,
if your plane
flight
is
gets
bad,
canceled,
yeah,
it's because the Democrats.
it's because the Democrats want you to have health care. Fuck them. Like, you know what I mean? And of course, and both times that I went through TSA during this trip, spoilers, took like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Didn't fucking matter at all. Now, I wish those TSA agents were getting paid or whatever, but like, she's not telling me. If there's anybody she's pissing off, it's going to be the TSA agents who she's not paying. So fuck them, I guess. Regardless, gorgeous ceremony, had a bunch of pictures taken. I cried. A lot of people cried. It was awesome. My sister said that she wanted to have the ceremony with like a redwoods around because apparently like trees aren't supposed to be able to grow that big. And it's because the only reason that redwoods are able to grow that tall is because they grow in like family units and they actually like hold each other together with their roots.
Yeah.
So they're like one big sort of entity. And so there was like a lot of like symbolism and stuff, but also it was just gorgeous. It was just a gorgeous forest. Granted, the area we were in was relatively small and there were like houses in the background and you could see like other people just like hiking around and stuff. So we were kind of just like in the middle of a city kind of, but still it was really nice.
Very sweet.
It was great. Yeah. But then, well, okay, the dinner was great, everything was great, and then we had to drive all the way back down to LA for the reception because the only people who came to the actual ceremony were my immediate family, his immediate family, and then like a couple of people. There were like the bridesmaids were there and most of the groomsmen, but it was like in total the number of people that was there was like maybe 20, like tops, including the photographer. So it was a very small ceremony. But we drive back. The drive back, I don't know how or why exactly. It was at least twice as long. We were in the car for, I shit you not, 12 hours.
Damn.
Like, we were in that car all day.
Did you hit like heavy traffic at any point?
Nope.
Or what were y'all doing?
The only thing I can think of, because I didn't look at the map. I couldn't be asked. Is we also went to, on the way back, we went to Big Sur, which is a mountain and a national park. But we went there and we like had lunch at a little cafe that's like over there, and then we drove around there for like a minute. But it felt like it was all on the way. Like when they were talking about that, they were like, "Oh, it'll add like an hour to the trip." I don't know how the hell it ended up being 12 hours. I do not know what happened.
That is weird. That's weird.
Yeah. I do think that we cut like an hour off the drive the day before on the way up because our hotel was not like in LA. It was a little north of there, but not, the difference was way too much for even that to account for it. So we get back to LA. We have the first reception there. It's really great. They had a DJ who was really cool. We had to like set up, and I will say some people a lot more helpful than other people. If they're listening, they know who they are.
Would they be listening?
No.
Okay.
No, they probably wouldn't.
Okay.
But it was really nice. My sister and Jacob, her now husband, like they had their first dance, and it was great. And then she danced with Dad. Like they did all the stuff, and then this band shows up. It's a banda, like it's a like a Mexican band, and there's the DJ has already set up 2 speakers, like 2 big ass stacks of speakers on each side of this stage. The band shows up and they set up 2 more, and then they wire into all 4.
We're gonna get loud.
It is to the point where people are actively moving away from the stage. Like every every so often, people will leave and they'll like go outside for a minute to like smoke or get a drink or whatever, and then they'll come back in and they'll sit at a table that is further away from the stage. And like the music wasn't terrible. Like, I couldn't really hear most of it because it was just like very loud. But like it was fine. But so do you remember at Jaime's wedding when they did the like snake thing where everyone went running?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
We did that. It wasn't as crazy because the crowd was a lot older and there weren't as many people. One? I did, but not as the snake. So it turns out, and I don't even remember if they did this at Jaime's, but there's like people whose job is to like protect the bride and groom to make sure they don't fall.
Oh,
because if you knock the groom off the chair, the people who knock him off are supposed to strip him to like his underwear.
What?
Yeah.
That didn't. Okay.
Jaime didn't. I don't think he fell, so it didn't come up. But apparently that's part of it.
So from my perspective, I've seen this done once at this is a Mexican tradition, I suppose.
I guess so. Yeah.
Allegedly, I have to say as a very white man, I've been told this is a Mexican tradition.
Yeah.
That from what we could tell, they were just like, all right, all the men are gonna line up and link arms, and then I was like, okay, then what? And then we were told you're gonna just run as fast as you can and try not to trip and die.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I bitched out, you didn't partake.
I
at
did
Jaime's
not
either.
Yeah.
We
You
were just
had
like,
to because you were one of the groomsmen.
Yeah, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, but you were like about to get roped into it, I guess.
I was like told like, hey, come on, and I was like, yeah, I'll be there, and I was just like, I'm not doing that. I can't.
So at Jaime's, it seemed like the goal was just to like be chaos.
It was violent.
You were just running around. They were going between the tables. Some
violent.
people wiped out. One guy went almost through a table. So as
There
I
was
recall,
there was one old Tio at the end,
yeah,
and he was holding on for dear life. Like I felt bad for him. I was like, you're gonna hurt him. Somebody fell.
Tio's gonna need a new hip after this one.
And I was like, this is absolutely not. I would have fallen. I would have been the white guy at the Mexican wedding who fell, and they all would have pointed and laughed. And so I'm glad I didn't partake.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. So this one sounds less violent.
No, more violent.
Oh, but more violent.
So for people who don't know, who have not experienced a Mexican wedding, first of all, they're great. You should go to one. Second of all, so this thing, I don't remember what it's called. It's like, I think it's like the snake, but in Spanish. I don't know. The bride and the groom stand up on chairs and they hold the veil like between the gap, but like up high. And then all the men, and in this case also all the women, but at a different time, who aren't one of the people protecting the bride or groom, are supposed to just haul ass around the whole like hall that the wedding is in and try to knock the people off. I didn't have to do that because I, as brother of the bride, got to instead just like stand guard.
You were protecting.
And I was on my sister's side, and they didn't hit her as hard as the guys hit Jacob.
I would hope not.
And when they didn't hit my side, which I felt offended by. Like, come on. Clearly, this was supposed to be like the most exciting part of my night. So, how dare you try and go through my sister's bridesmaid, Courtney? What? Because she's small? Yes.
They're attacking a point of weakness.
Yeah, exactly. So when the women went, they really only hit Chelsea. And they didn't really do it that hard because I assume because they couldn't get up to speed because they were all wearing like nicer shoes and like dresses and stuff. So they couldn't really like haul ass the same way.
Yeah.
And also they're probably just nicer people.
Maybe.
But when the guys started going,
oh God,
let me first let you know, there were two guys who came in who I don't know if they were twins or brothers or what, but their names were Victor and Francisco. And between the two of them had to have been 700 pounds.
No, Francisco. All right.
Just two bowling balls.
Couple of linebackers.
Absolutely. And they go hauling ass. And Jacob's got all his groomsmen around him, and this one big motherfucker named like Charles or something, who's just like, I think he's a cousin or something. I don't know. Dude's huge. People kept trying to tell me that he was bigger than me. I don't think he was. I bet I could take him. But the first like couple times they go through and they're just like sizing him up. They're like, yeah. You thought we was going to get you this time. Every time after that, it was a 13 car pileup. We're talking like 3,000 collective pounds of just meat slapping into each other. And he didn't fall, but he came damn close a couple of times.
The snake that I witnessed, I don't think had a goal of trying to get someone to fall over. I think it was just let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's just have fun. Let's just go. This one, they were out for blood, sounds like.
It was an attack. It was an intentional attack, and they were like, dope.
You invited us to your wedding, huh? Watch We're about to make this about us.
We're
Today is not about you anymore.
it was really funny because like both the men and the women before they started, you could see them they were like taking off their glasses, and some of them were like taking off their shoes or whatever. They're like taking the earrings out. They're like, "Oh yeah, motherfucker, you thought,
yeah.
oh bitch, you fucking thought."
It's terrifying.
It is, yeah. Oh, it was wild. But more importantly than my sister's wedding, obviously, 'cause fuck her, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
the day before the reception, we kind of had a down day where people were just like getting stuff ready for the wedding, and I made very clear, I was like, hey, is there anything I can do to help? I asked my sister, I asked both my sisters independently, was there anything I can do to help? Is there anything I can do? What do you need me to do? Yada yada, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept saying, no, we got it covered. Like they were steaming like tablecloths and shit, and they only had 3 steamers, and there were people using all of them, so really I was just sitting around. So I was like, hey, so what if I went to Disneyland? Because we're like right next to Anaheim. Like our hotel was in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, we do have to go pick up your cousin Alex from the airport, which is like right there. If you want to ride along, we'll just drop you off.
Oh hell yeah.
So we did that. And I had the millennial dream of going to Disneyland by myself.
Yeah.
It was the greatest day of my life.
Yeah, so you sent a message, a photo to the group chat of just walking in the gates. They had their Halloween like pumpkin stuff set up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit, he's made it.
He did it.
He's done it.
He's made it to Disney Adult Promised Land."
Yeah. I don't remember how many times, because you've been to the Disney World in Florida a couple times, right?
I think I've been to Disney World twice in my life, but one of them was when I was like a baby.
Right, sure.
And then the other one was like when I was in high school, I think. My sister was in college because she was dating this guy who we took with us. And then I went to Disneyland only one other time with you and your family.
Yes, we were in college.
Yes.
And at one point, I had like this family reunion trip kind of, and I was like, fuck family, what if I bring Daniel?
what if I just go to?
And so yeah, so we had our own little Disney excursion, which I'm glad you got to relive some of that out there.
It was cool, yeah. Well, and it's very different already from when we were there. I don't know if you've been since then, but a lot different since then.
Have I been since then? I don't know.
Because the Star Wars world is new. I don't think it was there when we were there.
That's true. Yeah.
The Splash Mountain's been redone. And then of course it was Halloween, which they redecorate everything. And this Halloween, everything was like villain themed. So there were a bunch of like villains walking around, and all the fireworks shows were like, oh, Maleficent took over the castle and like shit like that.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. It was so cool. Which somebody in our chat was like, oh, you better hang out with the villains because they're going to be gone soon or something. But I asked somebody there, and apparently it's going to be like a seasonal thing. It's like the villains are just going to come out during Halloween.
The villains take over every Halloween.
Yeah, it seems like that's sort of what they're going for, which, hey, I'm down for. I guess it's like a new thing this year or something. Either way.
Yeah, I know that they do a thing every Halloween where because they do that, like, I don't remember what it's actually called, but it's like a Disney After Dark type thing where it's more for adults, like the booze kind of comes out, I think. They have like a party every Halloween that's Oogie Boogie's Halloween Bash, something like that.
Yeah.
I have never attended.
I didn't attend this time either.
But you know,
if I had to guess, I actually think that might have been in the California Adventure Park, because I only bought a ticket for the regular Disneyland park, because I was like, I'm only going to be here one day. I won't even have enough time to do everything I want to do in regular Disneyland.
True.
So I'm just going to do the one park, and it was cheaper. I don't remember how much, but like it was cheaper.
Let's geek out about Disney. What did you do? What's every single thing you did? Tell me now, so I can live through it.
Yeah. So first thing I did was straight to New Orleans Square. So to go, because I think I've only been there twice, and I'm probably biased. Best part of Disneyland is New Orleans Square.
It's got my favorite ride.
It's got my 2 favorite rides, I think.
Oh, Pirates as well?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Pirates.
Definitely.
And my favorite restaurant, but we'll get there. Go straight to Haunted Mansion. The line's like an hour long. But
because they set it up, they got the Jack Skellington stuff in there now, right?
So for Halloween every year, as you told me when we were there together, they switch it over to be Nightmare Before Christmas, which when you were describing it to me, I didn't think it was going to be as much of an overhaul as it is.
Oh man, it's so cool, right?
The track is the same and the cars are the same. Everything else is different. Every single other
Yeah.
thing. Oh, except the head. The floating head lady, she's still there, but she's in an ornament instead of a crystal ball.
That's true. Yeah.
But every single other thing is different. Like you run across like the bit where they're like, "Oh, be careful about the ghosts, or one of them might follow you home." Instead of that, Oogie Boogie's like he like spins a wheel and gives you a present, and mine was a bomb. Which, sir,
Hey, come on. We're just trying to have a good time, Oogie Boogie.
yeah. But so okay, so I'm waiting in line for Haunted Mansion, and you know I'm just on my phone like planning out all the shit that I'm gonna do while I'm there because I was like, well, I got an hour, and I had bought the fast pass, but it was already cut off for the day for Haunted Mansion
Oh, damn.
because they were like booked. They were like, we're good. So I'm like going through all the stuff and I'm planning all my stuff, and we get up to the front, and it's me and three Hispanic women, like
All right.
sort of probably our age, maybe a little bit younger, probably like 25. And so it's two to a car. So I end up with one of them. And on the first turn, where like the two cars are moving sideways facing the same direction, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
One of the girls in the other car looks over to talk to the girl who's in my car, and I'm between them.
Oh.
So she looks over, she's like, "Hey, what are you?" And it's me, and she goes, "Oh."
Yeah, hi.
And I just waved. I was like, "Hello." It was really funny.
At that point, I mean, I know you got to go through the whole like the stretching hallway elevator bit, but
Yeah.
it's a shame that they don't have a singles line for that ride.
They don't have a singles ride for any of the rides, which I was a little disappointed. When you get closer to the front, they'll start calling like, "Hey, is there like any single?" Because like we got one
To
seat.
try to fill spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that got me through like the end part of the lines faster than it would have been if I was with a crowd. But I still had to wait like pretty consistently. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the ones that I was going on didn't have long rides because I didn't get into the park until like 4 p.m.
Right.
So a lot of the kids are already like gone. Like sun was already setting by the time I walked in. Which for Halloween is like whatever, man. If you're ever in Anaheim for October, it's worth a shot. Like it is really genuinely cool.
Absolutely.
I assume you went a bunch as a kid.
Yeah, I definitely did Halloween. It's gorgeous at Christmas, as you'd imagine.
Yeah, I also want to
and
go
then
at Christmas.
they do the thing at Christmas where obviously ain't no snow in Los Angeles, so they have like dispensers like attached to all the light posts that like spray little like foamy bubbles to emulate snow, like
No
during
way.
the fireworks shows and stuff.
Okay, so it's not all day. You're not just walking around getting sticky.
No.
Okay, good. So I get out of Haunted Mansion and I go to Blue Bayou because the thing on my phone says like there's a wait. So I was thinking like, oh, I'll get a reservation or some shit, and then I'll have to come back, or you know, I'll go and I'll ride some other ride and I'll come back. That was my thing.
This was so cool to see that you got this accomplished, because for those who don't know, Blue Bayou is a restaurant that is attached to Pirates of the Caribbean. Like when you get on the ride before you go down the waterfall and like into the actual full dark ride, there's like a calm little swampy creek, and there's just a restaurant full of people eating attached to it. And we went together with my family when we went all those years ago, and you were like, I gotta go back, and I'm like, I told my mom, I was like, we like gave Daniel a core memory.
I love that restaurant. That restaurant is
it's so cool
because it's you walk in, you're in the middle of LA in like, you know, it's when we were there really hot. The October wasn't too bad. But you walk in and all of a sudden it's night in Louisiana, and it's like pretty much a seamless transition. Like you just are outside, but it's night and you're in a swamp.
It's very cool.
It's awesome, and like everything is very like Creole, sort of like Cajun vibes. I got some good chicken because honestly the prices were like kind of crazy, but I expected that. Like I knew it was gonna be. And I got a mint julep because you know, got to represent our boy Bones. He obviously.
Oh, definitely.
And may I say, he knows how to live. That shit was good.
Oh, Leonard McCoy knows how to party.
That shit was really good. And because I'm by myself, I didn't have to wait at all. Like I walked up and there were two people in front of me who were in they're like a couple who they looked like the traditional Disney adults, which I probably also do to an extent, but like they look like
Maybe,
exactly what you would imagine. And it was,
the Minnie Mouse ears
yes,
and the
yeah, you know, the exact type.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and they're like they're coming back for a reservation, and so the lady like calls their name, and the lady and the I assume wife, or probably maybe girlfriend, no, definitely wife, is like, that's us. Wow. And they like go up, and the person's like, wow, that's a really cool name, and she goes, thanks, it's his.
Oh, well,
Really cute, but it was also like, ugh.
it's like, all right, hey, they're having the time of their lives at Disney.
They were,
That's all that really
and
matters.
I couldn't even disrespect it for it. But I walk up and I'm like, hey, you know, do I need a reservation? Whatever. Like, you know, I understand that you're one of the more busy places in the park as far as I was aware. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
you're by yourself. Like, you can just pretty much just walk in. Like, we'll call you in a second. And so they put me at a seat that's right up against the railing next to the water where the ride is. And I was like, this is the best seat in the house.
Heck yeah.
It's one of those tiny little tables where it's like one seat on each side, but obviously there was no one on the other side. And I'm just like chilling, enjoying my mint julep, having a good ass time watching these people having the time of their life riding Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hmm.
Outstanding time. Loved it.
That's so cool. I was happy when you said you got in because I thought that they were reservation only.
I also thought
But you know what? You cheated the system, and we love to see it.
maybe it is reservation only unless you're by yourself, and then they're like, "Oh, this sad son of a
Maybe.
bitch."
I mean, Disney has that like the employees, the cast members, they're beaten, tortured into
Yeah,
having the mentality of like we need to make every person who walks through have the best experience they can have, kind of. And so there was no reason not to sit you, so they were just like, yeah, fuck it, just give them the table.
yeah. Honestly, well, and I feel like I think every other group that I saw walking in there was like 5, 6 people, right?
Sure.
So the seat that I got, I was not inconveniencing anybody. You know what I mean? It was
Mhm.
probably a table that had not been frequently occupied the entire day, if I had to guess.
Mhm.
In fact, the table next to me, when they went to pay, they were like, we also have those 4 tables.
Yo, that's an expensive ticket.
I was like, Jesus, because I'm spending like $60 on dinner for just me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine what that bill looked like. Must have been insane. At that point, they should have been at the secret club, whatever the fuck.
Oh, Club 54 something. I don't remember what it is.
The like secret.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have a secret pass to get in here.
Yeah.
You gotta do the special knock
Ooh.
and the dap up Mickey Mouse in just the right way.
We're not just Disney adults. We're the elitist Disney adults.
Yeah. They
I
aren't
ain't about that.
They aren't sharing their husband's name. Let me tell you.
Thanks. He took mine.
Thanks. We hyphenated.
Oh, okay.
I got out of that and I was like, okay, I have to do all the Star Wars stuff because Star Wars didn't exist. I don't know if Disney owned Star Wars when we were there. To be entirely honest, the timeline is murky for me.
I think they might have. I think Disney got Star Wars. I think they bought it in like 2013 or so, 2012
Okay.
maybe.
So
obviously the movies didn't start coming until 2015, and then I don't remember when Galaxy's Edge came out. But yeah, the park definitely wasn't there.
I'm not the hugest Star Wars fan. Like, I enjoy it as much as any nerd, which is to say, I enjoy it.
I think you probably were a much bigger fan when we were younger.
For sure. Yeah. Well, it was better when we were
just-
younger.
Yeah, we just
It was more consistently good, I should
we
say.
get so tired.
Yeah, and jaded. What I will say, the Star Wars park, what it's like, what is it? Bantu something?
Batu, I
Batu.
think.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about knowing that. Or rather, knowing that it's different enough from what you said to feel I needed to comment on it. But
You're fine. You're fine. That part of the park is so fucking cool. It's genuinely awesome. Like, because you're walking and you go through, I walked through at least Frontierland. So it's like, all cowboy shit. And then all of a sudden you're walking and you hear like space noises coming from speakers that are on the way because you're like, it makes it feel like you're walking through some kind of like teleporter or whatever. And then you turn the corner and all of a sudden it's like, there's an X-Wing there and there's a droid over there. And like, There's a couple stormtroopers walking around. Like, what the fuck? Like, the transition is seamless, which is insane because you're going to
That's
a galaxy
cool.
far, far away.
Oh yes.
They only have two rides, I think, and I
Yeah.
did do both. One of them had a pretty long
Oh,
line. Rise of the Resistance is
see,
pretty long.
this is interesting because I actually haven't done either of these rides.
Oh, okay.
The only time I've been to Star Wars Land, it wasn't even California. It was the Florida one, and it was Florida, so it was pouring rain the entire
Oh
time.
no.
And so it was just like this isn't worth standing and trying to get in a long ass line for. I did the other stuff like I bought lightsabers and did all the
Right.
I
Yeah, I
was
was
a
gonna
nerd
say I
enough.
knew you bought like luck dice and shit from the.
Yeah,
So I knew you had
the
been to some
chance.
Star Wars
You
rides.
know they're called chance
Ah,
cubes.
okay. All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Okay. All right. He got me. I did know that.
Hmm.
Um, but so we did. Did they have the same rides in the Florida one? They have Rise Resistance and Smugglers
Yeah,
Run.
they have Rise of Resistance and the Smuggler's Run, which
Okay.
I know enough about them. But I know. Tell me about Rise of the
So
Resistance.
Rise of Resistance. That's the first one I went to because it had the longer wait. I think it
Hmm.
was like 30 minutes. And what I will say is, if you have to pee, don't wait in this line because
It's
a lot of it's in. It's not because like it's a long wait because it is, but whatever. A lot of it's Disney World. You're or land. You're expecting to wait. But a lot of the waiting is done in this cave system, like fake cave system,
yeah.
and they pipe in like dripping water sounds and like cave like wet splorshy noises. So if you've
Oh,
got to
I
pee,
see.
this is not the place for you. You
Did you have to pee?
yes.
Oh no.
But by the time I got close to the ride, it like my mind had moved away from it because this is also one of the ones where they do a really really good job with the line where like the actual
Yeah.
like the wait for the ride is like the appetizer to the ride because and
Hmm.
it's moving fast enough like you're never just like standing there like you're kind of just like you'll take a couple steps and you'll wait for a second and you'll take a couple steps like you're always moving. And as you do, it's like, oh, I'm going to this cave system and there's like holes in the thing. And every so often you'll see like, oh, that plant looks a little spacey. Like that's interesting. And then all of a sudden you turn a corner and it's like, oh, there's like Star Wars shit in here. Like there's like,
Yeah.
oh, all of a sudden there's like some machinery. And then in the next room, it's like, oh, there's one of those like big glass screens that's like in the middle of the room. Cool. And then like, oh, there's a droid here. And like, it just slowly gets more and more Star Warsy as you go, which is really cool. It's so cool,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
since it was
Yeah.
the first thing I did when I walked in. So I was just like the transition to Star Wars was like really hitting on me.
I'm in Star Wars now.
Yeah, well, I'm in Star Wars. I did a Star Wars. And like part of the line literally like cuz it really is just ramping you up onto this ride. Part
Yeah.
of the line I think is actually just literally part of the ride because at one point while waiting, you load onto a transport ship and
Right.
then the transport ship there's like a Mon Calamari, like one of the fish guys, like Admiral Akbar, for anyone who doesn't know,
Mm.
is like flying it, and you get like a little thing on the screen where it's like Poe shows up and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna get you. We gotta abandon this one base and go to this other base and whatever." Who fuck cares? Oh, and also BB-8 was there. I saw BB-8. He was cool, bigger than you'd think.
Oh, the celebrity.
Yeah, second celebrity of the trip,
That's cool.
and then the transport ship that you're on gets like attacked and it gets like tractor beamed onto a emperor like a star destroyer and all that shit. But you're still waiting in line. Like this is still part of the line.
Yeah. I will say, I already said I've never been on this ride, but I did watch a YouTube video of it a long time ago, good while ago, and very much what you're saying is true in the sense that I was like, "Is this part of the ride yet? Are you on the ride?
The
Is
whole
part
thing's
of
the
this
ride.
ride just is part of the ride just walking?"
The
And yeah, I
transition
guess kind of it is.
from line to ride genuinely seamless because then you get off the thing and they're like, oh, we're going to interrogate you to find the location of the base you just left and like all this shit, but it's like just people dressed as Imperials, right? It's just a bunch
That's
of
right.
imps who I'm sure the people working there also love it for the same reason that they like working at Haunted Mansion because they don't have to smile and they can have bad skin or whatever.
Mm,
But
mm.
so they're like lining you up and they're like putting you into different detention rooms or whatever, and then of like a not a lightsaber, but like the same style of thing as like when they cut through the wall with a lightsaber cuts a
Yeah.
hole in the room that we're waiting in. And a door slides open, and these two people dressed as resistance fighters, who have to do this 100,000 times a day,
Oh, definitely.
are like, "Come on this way, you gotta hurry up!" And they're like energy high, like they're up there. They're like, "We gotta go. This is the most important day of your life. Let's get out of here." And they put you in this little tiny cart, and there's a droid in it, and they're like, "R5 or whatever, he's gonna get you the fuck out of here. You gotta go, baby." And now you're on the ride.
Hell yeah.
And you're going around, and this droid, total fuck up. He's driving backwards like half the time. He drives you straight into the control center of the Star Destroyer where Kylo Ren's talking to, what's his name, Krennic or whatever, the fucking ginger guy.
That's Krennic's from Rogue One. It's Domhnall Gleeson, whatever his character's name is.
Sure. They drive you right up into there. And it's an animatronic Kylo Ren, but it's like pretty convincing. And he like spins around, and he's coming after you, and he's like tearing shit off the walls. And at one point, you're in a room or in an elevator, and a lightsaber stabs through the top of the thing and like cuts a hole, and he's about to come in, but then like you get out, and it's fucking cool. It's so cool.
Would you say that this ride is the best thing the sequel trilogy gave us?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say that strongly in this moment.
Because I often say something similar about just the Harry Potter franchise, and the theme park at Universal is the best thing that franchise ever gave us.
I would believe that. I would easily believe that. Yeah. This ride is
that's
so cool.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, and I was in the car with like two kids who were doing the like 6-7 thing the whole time. Not joking. That really was happening. And they were doing it to
little tangent.
Okay.
I don't get the 6-7.
It's from a song.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
Here's Skyler gets grandpa hours, okay? I didn't know it was a thing. And it was at the Halloween party where I was just like, what time does everyone want to show up? And then Anthony was like, we're not free until around 6. And I was like, cool, so if you guys want to show up around 6 or 7. And a brar is like, how he did the thing? And I was like, what?
What is that?
What thing?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I genuinely
because I'm a 30-year-old man,
and
I'm not supposed to know.
I know. You just gotta be on different parts of the internet. You're on the dark web. You're on the like Chris Chan internet. I'm on the 6-7 internet.
Hang on.
We're on different tubes. It's a series of tubes, and we're on different ones.
I haven't kept up with Christine Chandler for a hot second, so I don't know what they're up to.
But yeah, so I'm with these kids, and they're having the fucking time of their lives, and it's infectious. I'm having the time of my life too. There's a guy one car behind us who's wearing Dodgers gear, and it's like in the middle of Game 5, and I know he doesn't want to be here.
Damn. Those are his kids you're sitting next to.
I think it was the game. I think right before the one that went until like 2 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. Whichever one that was.
Pretty sure that was Game 3. So.
Okay, because I know that my other sister's boyfriend, not the one who's getting married, like when we got back to Texas, he watched the game that went until 1:30. So whatever that was. But awesome time. I walked off the thing and I was like, I gotta buy some merch. And I walked out. It wasn't a ton of good merch. I'll be honest with you. The Rise of Resistance merch, like a little bit lacking. It wasn't what I was looking for. But they got this whole like bizarre setup where you walk through this section, and there's like a big jet engine in the cafeteria that's like pretending to roast all these big like alien meat chunks, and it looks so fucking cool. There's like all these different shops that sell different things. So there's like ones that are just clothing stores, but they sell you like things that people in Star Wars would wear. It's like Jedi robes and like stormtrooper shit. There's a store, there's one shop that's a pet store, and it's like, oh, this is where you buy like your plushy porgs and your, all this shit. And it's great. Like, it really is just like, I mean, it is like the latest stage capitalism, but it's also, it's also like, this is what Star Wars fans want. This is the cool, if you're a Star Wars fan, you just want to live in this square mile or whatever of Anaheim for a couple days.
Hey, talk about late stage capitalism. Disney housing is a thing. You can go live in Disney Town, Florida, whatever,
Oh my God.
then you can pay your rent directly to the mouse.
Dear God. Okay, but there is one more ride in Star Wars Land that I did have to go on, Smuggler's Run. This one,
Yeah.
I didn't realize is a video game.
Yeah, I know this one is more interactive than something.
So, and this one I
Uh,
basically walked straight onto. The line for this was really short. It was later now. But you still have to walk through the whole thing, which is, it's still a really long line and you have to walk the whole damn thing, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's still really cool. Like this one takes place like in an airplane hangar or like a starship hangar. So you're walking past all these like repair units and there's the droid, the little like disc droids that like squish down from the prequels and like all that stuff. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I get put onto a ship. The thing is that you're supposed to be smugglers who are working for that Weequay guy from Clone Wars. I think his name's like Holdo or something.
yeah.
And you're supposed to be like stealing shit from the Empire, I think. It doesn't matter. It's just you're gonna go on a basically like a light gun, like a ride, and you gotta grab these containers to do it. But there's 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers. I was one of the pilots. And it's split up. That one pilot moves the ship left and right, and the other one moves it up and down. And then I don't know what the gunners do. I guess shoot. There wasn't a lot to shoot at, if I'm honest. But so it's a game, and I get put on this ride with the funniest fucking people. It is a family of 5 Indian women.
Oh,
And immediately they're cracking jokes. They're like, come on in, white boy. Like, they're like,
oh my god!
They started calling our ship the Cardamom Eagle.
You went on the Smuggler's Run with the aunties.
I mean, I think they were like pretty young. I think some of them were like my age. But yeah,
No, if they sound auntie at heart is the important part.
they were fucking great. They were having a great time. Some of the ones in the back didn't realize it was a game. They didn't realize there were buttons they had to hit. I don't think we didn't do great. Boy, it was such a fucking blast. I don't know that I would do it again, but it was
the worse you do, the more banged up the Falcon is by the end, right?
Yes, but you're not in the Falcon. You're in.
Oh, you're not?
No, the Falcon's like supporting you, but you're in like 2 little like pods. There's like you and one other because they split you right at the end, and I ended up with this amazing Indian family. So good, so good. The ride itself is like kind of whatever. If I was not with them, I don't know that it would have been as much fun. If you have motion sickness, do not ride this bitch. It is good. It almost gave it to me. Like I started feeling it coming on, and I don't get motion sickness.
It might hit different if you have like a full squad of 6.
Yeah, if you got like if you're walking in with friends, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Me by my, but I still had a blast. If I wasn't with those people though, if it was just like randos who were not having it the same way, I would not.
The Dodgers guy,
he would not have.
Dodgers dad.
Yeah, he would have been pissed. But it was super fun. And then you get to the end, and Holdo or whatever is like, "You only got 1 canister. What the fuck?" And we're walking, we're laughing our asses off. We're just like, well, yeah. What do you want from me? What do you want?
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like night. It's like night. So I'm like, okay, the only thing left that I know I have to do is Splash Mountain, which is now Tiana's Bayou, whatever.
That's true.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure is what I wrote in my notes. I took notes because they wanted to get rid of the racism, and so they made it a Princess and the Frog ride.
Yeah.
So I was going there, and I was like, okay, I got to get this done like before the fireworks, because like I want to watch a fireworks show. Like I'm here, there's some cool ones. Like we gotta figure it out. So I go in, and I'm like, the wait for this line is like 5 minutes. Like I 100% get this done.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be the best time of my life. And I get on this ride real fast, and they put me at the front.
Ah, that explains the picture you sent after you got off it.
Because I'm a single rider, and they're like, we need one more guy. Who's there? And I was like, me, hey, I could do it. For people who don't know me as a physical human being, I am 6'5" and 250 pounds. If you put me at the front of a log flume ride, we're all getting wet. We're all that thing is gonna dip 3 feet deeper into the water at the bottom of those dips than it's supposed to. We're going to hit the bottom of the water pit or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I am so naive to this when I set foot on this ride. There's other people, and they're putting on ponchos and shit, and I'm like, I don't need one of those. I don't even know where they were getting them, to be fair, but I was like, I don't need one of those. Like, we went on Splash Mountain, me and Skyler, we're two big fuckers. Like, if we didn't get wet, we're fine. I'm fine. They put me in the front.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, best seat in the house. They've reskinned this thing so that it's Tiana's like looking for a band to play a song. I don't know, whatever.
They're having a celebration. I also watched a YouTube video of this since they just changed it.
And that old lady who's like a witch or whatever, she's like a swamp witch.
Yeah.
Every time you're about to go on a fall, she pops up and she's like, oh, you're about to get wet. I'm casting a spell to get you wet. And the first couple times, because there's like, 4 or 5 drops. And the first couple are like not really anything. So it happens, and I'm like, oh, I got like a little wet. It's a little bit of splash damage. Sure, whatever. We're like, whatever, man. We're good. By the like third one, I'm very wet. I'm very wet. She's showing, and we haven't hit the one that takes the picture yet.
The big one.
And I kept thinking, the second to last one, I was like, this is the last one. This is great. I'm like waiting for the flash to go off. Doesn't go off. But I still get soaked. I'm drenched. I'm wearing a flannel shirt and jeans and Converse. I've never been more wet in my life, and there's still a drop left.
It's like, well, at that point, you can't get any wetter, so...
I'm just fucked. And then we hit this turn, and I realize, oh, there's one more drop. And this old bitch shows up, and she's like, oh, you about to get so wet, baby. I'm about to fuck your day all the way up. And I'm yelling at her. The people behind me are laughing their asses off. And I'm like, you bitch, you son of I'm soaked. And the people behind me, like 2 people behind me at least, are also soaked, because the girl right behind me is like, oh my God, my pants are ruined. I'm like, okay.
No.
I'm sorry. This is kind of my fault. We hit this drop, and we are underwater. It's like we opened the hatch on the Finding Nemo ride. We didn't splash. We went
submerged.
We went under. We did a whole Poseidon.
Damn.
I come out the other side. My hair's wet. My glasses are all fucked up from the water. I thought I was gonna lose them. I'm drenched, and I'm like, I had other things I wanted to do, but I don't think I can really do much more this way. I didn't bring dry clothes, and I don't think I can buy like jeans here. So I'm like, okay, I'm already soaked. I probably should have done this in the opposite order, but I'll do the other water ride. I went and I did Pirates of the Caribbean. It was also like I basically just walked on. Yeah, I did wait in line completely soaking wet, and people were looking at me. And I was like, you know where we are.
You know where I was.
You know what happened here. You know exactly what this was.
No, I didn't have a poncho.
No, and I didn't know. And I didn't know where they were, because I'm not a good Disney adult, and I didn't even know for sure if I would be here today.
And you know what? If I went on Splash Mountain, even knowing what I know now, I'm still not wearing a poncho, because I'm not a coward.
Because I'm not a bitch.
Yeah.
But my socks did get wet, and they did start sliding down. And then my shoes started scraping up the back of my ankle, and I didn't have a fun time with that.
No, always do Splash Mountain last.
Yeah. I thought we was hanging and banging. It was like night. I didn't do a lot after this, and I still left at like fucking 10 o'clock. So, so I did Pirates of the Caribbean. Not a whole lot to say about that, because it's Pirates of the Caribbean. We've all been on. If you've been there, you've been on it. It's the ride that it is. It's great. It's fun. It's awesome. They didn't change it for Halloween or anything, so it just is what it is. And then I came out, and as I'm coming out, they're starting Fantasmic, and I'm like, I'm right there, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch Fantasmic, but they won't let you fucking watch Fantasmic.
They
won't let you fucking watch Fantasmic.
You need
because you're not allowed to stop walking.
No,
they put these little ropes up, and they're like, if you're in the ropes, you can watch. If you're not in the ropes, you got to keep moving. And they've got 90 fuckers with little flashlights out there, and they're like, move along. Ain't nothing.
That's the only time.
Ain't no fireworks in Bossing Say.
The only time a Disney employee is allowed to be mean to you is if you stop walking.
They was fucking assholes. And so I am.
And they be waiting all day.
And here I am. Wet socks.
Yeah.
High top Converse rubbing the shit out the back of my ankle. I'm just walking back and forth watching Fantasmic.
Come on, dog. Just let me watch.
Just let me watch, bitch. Like I'm just walking. I'm soaking wet. They know what I'm going through. They're looking at me. They're probably laughing. I don't give a shit. Fantasmic's
Mm.
dope.
It is cool.
It's real
It is.
cool. And I don't know if it's always so villain heavy as it was this time. But there was a lot of villains showing up, and they did do an extra bit that was Night Before Christmas. I know that can't be all the time, but they did that bit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's like a float for that, and like they played the music, and it's cool.
I mean, the premise of the show is the dream turns into the nightmare. So it becomes like all villains right towards the end. And then the dragon shows up.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely have like tweaked it and added new things since like new movies have come out, obviously.
Right, for sure. Because I think these movies were already out the last time we were there, but there was like a float for or a boat, I guess in this case for like Tangled. There was all kinds of cool stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And then right at the end, they moved the big boat, whatever that bitch is called.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, and it's like a big like not steamboat, but like paddle boat, with like the big wheel on the back, and it's got all the characters on it, and they got these little like pom little like sparkler things, and they're like right on beat. They're like throwing that thing out, so it like does this big like bright flash. It's great. Like I didn't get to see a ton of the characters while I was there, and then all of a sudden they're all on the boat, and I was like, "Oh, I wanted to see you guys. That's so cool. Now they're all here. Wow!" Like it was great, and I'm soaked, and I'm fucking having a blast.
It's called the Mark Twain Riverboat.
The Mark Twain Riverboat, of course, naturally. One thing I thought was really cute about that, because it's like, it's mostly like the princesses, like Ariel's up on the front, and she's like, she's sitting on a thing because she ain't got no legs. On the back, hidden from everybody else, is the Toy Story characters. Because no one's allowed to know that they can move, so they're by themselves on the back of the boat,
clever.
and it's all of them. It's Jesse, it's Woody, it's Buzz, and they're just all hanging out and they're doing the thing. And you're like, wow, hell yeah, motherfucker, yeah, it was great. And then I was like, okay, I probably gotta go. I'm destroyed. I'm wet. My ankles felt like it was bleeding. It wasn't. Felt like it was bleeding. I'm gonna go buy some stuff and then I'm gonna get out of here and it'll be super easy. My sister's boyfriend, who's picking me up, he had requested a churro.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that from the sounds of it.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go buy some stuff for me. I went and I bought a cool t-shirt that says Disneyland, but all of the letters are themed after different villains. It was cool. I bought a Halloween themed Disneyland like long sleeve sweater. It was great. Big fan. It is not the correct size. It is, I think, one full size too big, because it is the right, like it's an extra large, which is the size that I am. But I think in their desire to please people, they have made it so that it is actually one size larger than it says it is, because it is too big for me, and I did not try it on before I bought it. So I am hoping a little bit that it does shrink in the wash.
Yeah.
It's still super comfortable and it looks great. I'm very happy with it. But yeah, it is too big. But then I come out and I'm like, okay. I've like texted or I've called my sister or whatever, and they're like, okay, we'll come pick you up, whatever, like blah blah blah. It's gonna be like, a couple minutes. What, it should be fine. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go grab a churro for my sister's boyfriend Francisco, who's not one of the bowling ball guys from earlier. He's a different guy. And so I'm like, okay, so I walk back out Main Street and I'm waiting in line for this churro, and then the parade starts.
Oh,
and the churro stand is in the middle of Main Street, USA, the island in the middle.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So now I am trapped by a parade. It's called Light Up the Night, and it's fucking dope. It's so cool. And it starts up, and it's like, I think one of the first floats is like Lightning McQueen, and I'm like, it's that guy! Whoa!
Whoa.
So I'm in line and I'm cheering. I get to the front by like the third float, and they're like, we actually don't have any churros. And I was like, I got fucking trapped here for nothing. I got fucking robbed.
What do you mean? What do you have?
Like they were sold out.
Churros?
Like it was a churro stand, but they didn't have any.
What? Did the guy in front of you get the last one?
Honestly, I was mostly paying attention to the parade, so I don't really know. But it was a great parade. Tinkerbell was there. I saw my boy Lightning McQueen. There was like a Monsters Inc. float, which like honestly not great. Jessie showed up again. She I guess got off the boat and now she's doing this parade. It was super cool. It's super great. And the whole the song is like one of the lyrics that's like being repeated over and over again is like I can't wait to do this again, or like something to that effect of like, oh, hey, come back, it's gonna be great. So it was like the perfect cap off to the night where they're like, oh, you're heading out, but like, you're welcome back anytime. Come on back to the party. It was super awesome. And it was honestly the coolest part of that trip. Like my sister's wedding and the reception were touching and beautiful, and everything about them was very great except the band that was too loud. But like that trip to Disneyland, I'm so fucking glad I did that shit. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
that was so cool. And then, finally after the reception, we get to fly back to Texas, but then we got to have another reception. So I go to work for a week, and then following Saturday, we're now doing another reception, and but this one's got all the white folk at it, and so it's a little bit less fun. And the music's a lot whiter, and they did play Cupid Shuffle twice. I will say there was more dancing, but I think that was because the music was less loud, so you could actually like be in the room with it.
I see. I will say you did send a picture to the group chat of you at this reception, which important to note was the day after Halloween.
After Halloween.
So for those remembering Daniel's description of his costume, that guy liner did not come off.
It mostly came off, but I didn't have. You're supposed to have like specific wipes to take that shit off, and I didn't have that, and so there was just like a little bit of eyeliner left on, and it did make my eyes look really sexy. So I was not that mad about it. Some of those pictures I took looked really good, and it was because of the makeup. Honestly, might do it again. I won't, but I might do it. It was too much work. It was way too much work. But it did look good. There's a lot of dancing. My sister's friends like dragged me out onto the dance floor multiple times, which is great because they're very supportive and I love them. Like genuinely, they're really great people. Also, I have a crippling fear of dancing. I have been humiliated in my life 2 different times because of dancing.
What?
Yeah.
How?
So at the first time was in middle school. We had to do this thing, but there was like a dead period where it was like right before lunch, you went to a different classroom, and it wasn't for a class. It was just kind of to fuck around. And the teacher who was in there, whose name I don't remember, decided that we were going to like do a fake Dancing with the Stars thing. And she partnered me up with this other girl who, this will become important later, was a black girl with dreads or braids. Okay. And so she was like, Daniel, you're going to be the professional dancer in this case. I'm like, I haven't danced before in my life. And black girl with dreads, you're going to be Whoopi Goldberg. And she was like, oh,
hang on.
She was like, oh,
hold
up. So already we're off to a bad start. And then she's like, okay, dance. And like points a camera at us. And I'm like, I don't fucking do that. So I do like what I can. She plays some random fucking music. And then
you invented the floss.
I do like one move because I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do. And then she turns off the camera and she's like, you can't just do one move, Daniel. Like this, you're the professional dancer. And I was like, bitch, this is 6th grade. What do you think I'm supposed to be able to do? I think I flash back to this moment in my darkest times.
Oh my God.
It's truly a traumatic experience. And then
we're getting to the core of some stuff here.
Oh, it was bad. I think back to this moment more often than a human should. This is my, like, I accidentally said, like, called the teacher mom. Like, this is my mom. That's mine. Oh
my God.
Yeah. Oh, you would be surprised how often my brain remembers this moment. Fucking terrible. In front of the whole class. Don't remember a single fucking person in that class. And they almost certainly don't remember this moment. But for me, it's like fucking World War II. And then also at a Sweet 16 party for one of the color guard girls, Becca, we'll leave her last name out, but you know who. I was similarly dragged out onto a dance floor, and a picture was taken where I looked very Sasquatchy, like my arms were down and my shoulders were hunched, and I looked like it genuinely looked Sasquatchy, and it did get shared around, and I did get laughed at about that for a while.
That's the fucking worst.
Yeah. So when they dragged me out on the dance floor, I'm deeply uncomfortable. Deeply uncomfortable. I cannot possibly be less comfortable in my human adult life. But they are all so nice, and they're like cheering me on, and they're circling around me. And I will say, they didn't do anything wrong, but if if you are a person who does not dance for multiple
Yeah.
reasons,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of people who you love and respect circle
Yeah.
around you, and they're like
Yeah.
kind of cheering you on, but also being
Yeah.
like, "You gotta dance more, like move your hips, do the thing." It
Yeah.
it is a little it in the
It's
nicest
it's
way. It's
it's a
like
spotlight I didn't
it's a
want.
spotlight I was not prepared for, and am deeply
Yeah.
I'm in Carrie. I'm Carrie from Carrie,
Oh yeah, it's happened. You're looking for it.
and I will say
Where's the pig's blood?
eventually it did sort of break. Then I became not comfortable, but like a lot less uncomfortable. And I think it's
Sure.
because everyone around me was also not dancing great. Like I knew I wasn't doing a good job, but everyone was like, "You're doing great, wow!" And I was like, "I know you're fucking
Yeah.
lying." But it was a great time. It was actually a great time. But for like the first maybe 5 minutes that I was dragged out of that dance floor. But by the way, a friend of my sister's who doesn't hates fucking social situations of all kinds, and I was shocked. I was shocked when she came and grabbed me and dragged me to the dance. She's like, "You're gonna fucking dance," and she was like intense about it. And I was like, you of all people, you're doing this?" I was
Crazy.
stun locked, and it's probably the only reason she was able to get me on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was for the first like 5 minutes of it. I was that picture of the like PTSD soldier. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I am aware.
That was me. That was me. And she's like holding me by the wrists and like moving my arms to dance, and I'm dying. I am dead.
You look like a dog uncomfortable in the shower.
Yeah, I was having a hell of a time. But by the end of it, great. It was perfectly fine. I was actually enjoying it a little bit. But yeah, oh my God. I sweat so much. When I went to sit down after that, I could smell myself. And I had worn deodorant, but I was sweating so much from just like the fear of dancing that I thought I was going to fucking pass out. I thought I was going to die.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm also not a dancer. Didn't need to be said because we're two tall, nerdy white guys.
Yeah.
So I basically dance like a elderly grandfather. But yeah, I've only ever danced at one wedding as well, and it was the one I went to last year, and that one was less of like I'm feeling confident and I can dance, or like I'm gonna. It was just like a fuck it. The fellas are together. I've had a few drinks. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. That's what happened.
I had also had a couple of drinks, and I don't drink, but my now brother-in-law was like, "All the bridesmen or groomsmen, whatever, fuck, we're gonna do a tequila shot. Damn, you got to do it." Because was filling in for a groomsman who couldn't be there. I was like, like I didn't really want to, but I was like, one shot's not gonna make me drunk. It'll be fine, whatever. And I did that, and he was like, "I'm so glad to be your first." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up, Jacob." And then the bride, Chelsea, found out that I had done that later, and she had not been a part of it, and so she was upset about that. She's like, "You're gonna do another one with me," and I was like, "Okay." So I had 2 tequila shots.
Hey,
I think it is legally the most alcohol I've ever consumed at one time, and I didn't feel it at all. So I think it's because I'm a big motherfucker.
yeah.
So
You know what's a really good way to get fucked up is to drink regularly, and then lose a bunch of weight, and then try to drink the same thing.
oh, did that happen to you?
And then it just
you have
catches-
lost a decent amount of weight recently,
Brother, let me tell you.
What are you down? You got to be down like 30 pounds.
Oh, it's more than that.
Really?
Yeah, a lot more.
Hell yeah! Is it just because you've been cooking at home? Because you've been cooking, cooking.
I've been trying to fix myself.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
cooking
'cause
at
you're-
home is definitely good.
You were wearing that Star Trek shirt that was still too small for you.
Oh yeah,
But you were like clearly had lost a good amount of weight. You were looking good.
thank you. I appreciate you saying that on the record.
I could tell that you were uncomfortable with how tight that shirt was, though.
Man, let me tell you, because it's I got it right here. It is too small. It's far too small. But I was like, I didn't plan anything else to dress up, and I've got this, so fuck it, and we're gonna make it work.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, hey, we're an hour 20 into this recording. You want to talk about the news?
Yeah. Maybe put some time codes on this. and be
Definitely
like,
get some time codes. Hey guys, we had a lot to catch up on, and I know that a lot of you who are listening to this are personal friends at this point because we are a very small channel right now. So I'm hoping that you still enjoyed this conversation. If you didn't, I'm sorry. There's a timestamp that hopefully you will have either have found before this because it's an hour and a half into the recording. But hey, let's just start. Well, let's start the episode. You ready?
Oh yeah, let's get into it. Let's just quickly cover some news topics and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, good thing there wasn't any big news that happened this last 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
So hey, first one, the most recent one. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed again. So Grand Theft Auto 6 originally was slated to come out basically right now. Like it should be out, I think it was definitely November of this year. I don't remember the specific day and I couldn't find it because when you type in date for this, now it's the new one. And then it was delayed from that to May of 2026. Now it has been delayed a second time to November of 2026, which is rough, buddy. It's rough for a number of reasons. And me and you might be like some of the only people on the planet not particularly excited or looking forward to Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
It's going to be a huge game, obviously, but like I'm probably not going to play it day one, especially not at that price tag is what people keep saying it's going to be at $100. But I'll definitely play it eventually. It's one of those ones, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But sort of miring this whole situation further is that, of course, we've been getting the reports that the company has been doing some really rough crunching for the last like year, which I feel like we all would have assumed at this point, just knowing Rockstar's track record. But also,
Definitely.
last week, they fired 40 people.
I did see this.
In the UK who, unrelated, so they claim, from the firing, were also the 40 people trying to start a union at Rockstar.
Definitely unrelated.
Definitely unrelated.
Definitely
they
unrelated.
claim it was because they were leaking information on Discord, but then did not provide any proof of that in their firing interviews or whatever. So expect a lawsuit on that. But so they did fire these 40 people, which is now making the situation worse. The whole thing's been in some level of production hell, you have to assume, just because it's been 15 years since the last one. You know what I mean? And this is our second delay, which is, we're now a full year delay from when it was originally supposed to come out. And people are already saying like that they're not expecting it to hit next November either. Like internal people, like the developers are saying this shit. So, bitch, I don't know.
I think it's not a real game. I think this has all been a prank.
We actually have not seen like real gameplay of this yet.
Yeah.
We've seen like
in-game
pseudo
footage
gameplay.
for sure.
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
actually. Well, you have to imagine that the real reason for that is because it's just Grand Theft Auto and it looks and plays like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. So you don't.
It might be really prettier, and it has a new map, and it's got
that's the thing.
New characters. But
this game is already confirmed to have the biggest budget, the most money spent on it of any game in history, which makes sense because it's been being worked on by 6,000 people at 11 different studios across the entire globe for a decade and a half. So all of that pay plus everything else that goes into it, and now they're adding another year to that. So Jesus Christmas, their budget has been confirmed to already be over $1 billion for this game. That's not even a joke. That's real.
You know what I'm getting here?
Yeah.
I'm getting Simpsons monorail vibes.
Honestly, it's bad. It's really, really bad. And it's one of those things too, where like objectively, I don't think this game's going to be any better than 5. It'll be shinier and prettier, but it's going to be like as much shinier and prettier as we would expect for the amount of time that has occurred between the two games. Like it's not going to blow us away any more than 5 did when that came out. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you think about it, like the only revolutionary thing they can really bring to it, probably, I mean, they could surprise us, I guess, is to give a shit about the story in the way that like Red Dead did.
Red Dead 2 finally had a good story. Yeah, that was the first one I cared about the story.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people listening, who listened past us talk about bullshit for 2 hours and actually got to the news part. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Skipped, I guess.
But like people who like Grand Theft Auto 5 or even 4, they're like, oh yeah, that character's great. I love Trevor, and I love the mission where you go and you fly this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, do people give a shit about the story of Grand Theft Auto? Like honestly.
People say that they liked the story for Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and those are the only ones that I've ever seen people defend the story on. And I don't honestly remember the story of San Andreas, so that might be fair. In 4, I think that's crazy. I don't think the story of 4 is good.
I don't think I ever finished it.
It's like, to be fair, I didn't play it until way later, so maybe at the time it played differently. A lot of the stuff in it is deeply, deeply problematic on like a racial level. Like,
Well, every character in that game is a stereotype.
every single character is this. There's a, I mean, the what's his name? Not Jacob. The like
Little Jacob.
yeah, the like Jamaican pothead.
Rastafarian.
Oh my God.
Marijuana man.
Yeah, every character in that.
He's basically like that character is just a pot leaf, basically.
He may as well be. Honestly, if it was like Cinnamon but a pot leaf,
Oh,
I would honestly respect it more.
you can mod Cinnamon into the game.
You could, yeah, honestly. But yeah, people really, those are the only games that people, well, people also say Red Dead 1, but I also disagree with that one. The story of Red Dead 1, I think, is like very straight up. Like, I don't think there's anything particularly good going on there. 2, I think, has a lot of cool stuff. I think it's genuinely good. I don't know that it was worth the amount of money that they put into making it, but it is a really good game. I do really like it.
Well, I mean, certainly the same is going to be true here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is one of those situations where they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars on like aspects of this game that 99% of people playing this game will never see. Like they've probably in Red Dead 2, they spent some amount of money on making sure that the horse balls changed depending on what the weather was, like shrink and shit.
Oh yeah.
In this game,
people like, love the horse balls.
Yeah. In this game, they're bringing over a lot of like the animal tech from Red Dead, and they're just throwing it into like this Everglades section. But it's all new animals. Well, maybe not all new animals, but it's a lot of new animals.
The alligator's ball shrink if the weather gets too cold.
Yeah.
It's all the ball shrinkage.
Yeah, they brought that on over. So it's just like I said this to a friend of mine, and he got like actually mad at me, I think. Well, like borderline mad at me, I think, because I was like, I genuinely think the way that Rockstar makes their games is a big part of what's wrong with the games industry right now. Like a big part of it. Like I think you can directly tie the ballooning production costs of video games to Rockstar.
Sure, in the same vein of like what massive blockbusters like Marvel movies did to ballooning movie budgets.
Exactly. Yeah, as everyone's trying to be Rockstar, and they can't because Rockstar's only able to be Rockstar by basically killing people for 14 years straight.
Yeah.
So it's doing a lot of damage there, and then also Grand Theft Auto Online is also doing a lot of damage in the same ways that like games like Fortnite and Roblox are, because it's basically the same thing. It is that time sink game that takes all this time away from every other thing in the industry. And I know the people who love Rockstar will probably be like, well, people should just get good like Rockstar. And I feel like that's crazy. I feel like that's a crazy thing to say, because that to me would be the same thing as being like, your mom and pop shop should just be as good as Walmart. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's crazy to me. I don't know. I don't get it. But this game's going to come out, and it's going to get straight 10s across the board, and it's going to sell 4 billion copies in the first second that it hits the shelves. Absolutely. And it's going to crash every single storefront that it is on. Although it won't be on PC, so it's going to be a console thing at first, because Rockstar always puts their shit out like a year late on PC. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it'll be a year later than it was supposed to be already. So I don't know. Maybe they will do a simultaneous release. It seems unlikely, though.
All the people complaining now about it being pushed back will be saying it was so worth the wait.
Yeah.
And that's not, sure, go ahead. I am not against this game at all. I'm just not convinced it's real at the moment.
Yeah. To be clear, I'm not against this game. I'm against the business practices of Rockstar and 2K.
For sure. I'm definitely against firing people for trying to start a union.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's fucking insane. But hey, the other thing that I promised we would talk about at the top of the show is this Warner Brothers buyout. So there's been a lot of news on this over the following 3 weeks.
Everyone's trying to get their grubby little mitts in.
Everyone wants to get a piece of Superman. The people who we have confirmed are in the conversation are Paramount. Obviously, we talked about that already, but also well, sorry, go on.
They've been Paramount specifically has been shut down like 3 times.
They have already been shut down 3 times because I don't think they have the money to do it, which we said before. But it's not because they don't have money. Like the person who owns Paramount is hugely rich. I think he owns like one of the big like ChatGPT type AI shits, Oracle maybe, something like that. I don't know. But they've also already made a lot of really big acquisitions lately, so they probably don't have the liquid assets to make an acquisition like this right now. But the other people apparently in the running are Comcast, Netflix, Microsoft, Universal, and Amazon. Those are all the other names that we've heard floating around here.
All the usual suspects, the
Oh,
big companies.
yeah. Netflix, I feel like Netflix and Universal, maybe. I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily think that's terrible. Like maybe Netflix, maybe Universal and Warner Brothers merging would not be any worse than Fox Disney. It couldn't possibly be.
Sure.
I was actually a little surprised to see Universal was in the conversation because I wouldn't have guessed that Universal had Warner Brothers money either.
Yeah.
But maybe they're raking it on that theme park. But hey, maybe if they did, then we get some really cool DC shit at the theme parks instead of at Six Flags.
That's true if you look at it that way. I know that because Universal, I believe, still has a small Marvel section on their theme parks.
Yeah, there's like a
Because
Hulk ride.
yeah, and I don't know if they still have, but they had a Spider-Man like ride. But that's because they had original theme park rights, but then when, Disney bought Marvel, like they were grandfathered into being allowed to keep their theme park stuff. Like they can't use anything from the movies, or like they're only allowed like a specific like era of imagery, I think.
Oh yeah, okay.
But by hook or by crook, they're holding on to their Hulk ride as long as they can, I guess. I don't know. Or their
Yeah.
Doctor Doom. I don't remember what it is.
It is worth noting also that in the reporting of this, when Warner Brothers announced that they were like actually looking at the possibility of being bought, it was
Hmm.
the language around it was like, because so many people are making unsolicited offers, we're going to consider them. So it is still possible that they don't sell at all, although I do think it's pretty unlikely. But it is a possibility. So I think that's the best possibility. That's the one I think we should all be hoping for.
I think the writing's on the wall
They're gonna sell.
they've been wanting to sell for a while with
Yeah.
Zaslav cutting all this stuff,
Mhm.
gutting everything. And I think just that thing of like, well, like, everyone's making offers. I guess we'll look at them. That's speak for keep talking, keep throwing money our way, and
Yeah.
we'll
Oh, for
see.
sure.
I'll pick some of them.
Yeah. I As long as it's not Paramount, I will be slightly less upset. Paramount, I don't want touching Warner Brothers at all. I think that they, especially lately, have become a really disgusting company that I don't want things that I like being involved in them any more than they already are, because they
Sure,
do own Survivor. But
sure, and Star Trek.
and Star Trek. If
Um,
if I had to pick, I would probably go Universal or Microsoft, because Universal, for obvious reasons, they're already a movie company and they do a perfectly fine job, and they have a theme park, and I wouldn't mind seeing some Warner Brothers stuff at a theme park. Um,
yeah.
the Microsoft, because I'm a video game boy, that's like the other company that I understand. Like I've done a lot
Mm,
of research into them over the years, and I know people dislike them for a lot of very fair reasons.
okay.
But what I will say is don't have like a streaming thing or anything. So we would probably see a smaller number of layoffs than from these other companies, because there would be less redundancies. Like they would need to keep more of these
Mm,
people. And also they are a very solid company. Microsoft is not going anywhere. Like we don't have to worry
mm,
about like, oh, they merged and now they're both fucked. Like Microsoft is a multi-trillion dollar company. They can take on this burden and not have to worry about it getting shut down. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Also, Microsoft and Warner Brothers do have a lot of history of just like going back and forth, in particular with video games, but also, like Warner Brothers made the Minecraft movie, right?
Mm,
So
hmm.
there is that relationship there that I could see happening. And I think that they are very much looking into it, because a lot of the language that the people at the top of Microsoft, like Satya Nadella, have been using lately has been the same shit that they were saying before the Activision purchase. They are like, we're looking at inorganic growth and shit like that. And it's
Mm.
like, what does that mean?
We will pay $6 or $7 billion.
Well, Activision was like 6D.
Did I do it right?
um, and the other part of it is, recently when they were asked, because everyone's like, oh, Xbox is dying, even though it's literally making more money than ever. they asked like, "Oh, are you concerned about your competition with PlayStation?" And a couple of years back, when people asked them that, they were like, "Our competition really isn't Sony or Nintendo. Like, we're competing with them to a sense, but we're not that concerned about them. Like, we understand like that." They at that time they said their biggest concern was bigger companies that could actually like financially compete with Microsoft, like Google and Amazon, moving into the gaming space. Since then, both Stadia and Amazon have completely backed out of video games. Amazon just fired 14,000 people, including almost their entire video game division. So they're both out. And when they were asked this time what their biggest competition was, the answer that they gave was streaming services and TikTok and other things that take up their time. So I could very easily see them making the possibly bad choice of buying Warner Brothers. Like I think a lot of the ideas are being floated around, and I could very easily see Microsoft being one of the front runners here because they got the money for it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
I also wouldn't be like super pissed if Netflix did it. I think maybe Netflix would be okay.
I'm super pessimistic about any big company absorbing another big
Oh
company.
yeah. Oh no, it's gonna suck no matter what.
I just need to say that part.
Yeah. Any company buying a major company buying any other major company. We're late stage capitalism, baby. Like we're gonna consolidate down to like 3 companies and then go to war about it.
I think I've said that every time we've discussed this topic. I'm just covering my bases.
Yeah.
At this point, I guess if you're looking for a silver lining, the part you said about less people losing their jobs if they went to micro potentially, that's definitely cool. Me personally, I guess, yeah, it's the possibility if they made like a little metropolis section at Universal Parks because Universal got them, that would be.
I mean, I'd be pretty cool with that.
It'd be neat, I suppose.
Yeah, there's some silver linings on a couple of these. Obviously, they're all bad. I don't want to make any qualms about that. The best case scenario is Warner Brothers goes like, actually, we're doing kind of okay and we don't need the money. But I don't foresee that happening because Zaslav has, like you said, been wanting to get out for a fucking minute.
Yeah.
I think Paramount is the worst case scenario, followed pretty closely by Comcast. Anybody else, and then Amazon. Any of the other names we've been hearing, I think would be like maybe kind of okay. Like I would take them with a grain of salt, but probably wouldn't mean like the end of the DCU or anything.
If Warner Brothers got bought by Netflix, do you know who's got deals with Netflix? Who's made various movies for Netflix? Such great, amazing movies, perfect movies lately at Netflix.
Adam Sandler.
Zack Snyder.
Oh, that's also true.
Gems,
although
Rebel Moon and Rebel Moon 2, the Moon Child, whatever.
This
I don't know
one or some shit.
An Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
with Batista. Zack Snyder's a Netflix boy.
Is that relationship still good though? Because he was like, "I'm gonna make 10 of these," and they definitely made 2 and then got fired.
He's a Netflix boy, is the point,
yeah.
and so if Warner Brothers goes there, they'll definitely give him the Snyderverse back. I want to say something. I got something I don't get often because I never leave comments on things on YouTube, which is hypocritical of me to have a podcast now where I'm like, please leave a comment.
Yeah, hey, leave a comment telling him that he should leave a comment.
Please do. But yeah, I got a message. Somebody replied to a comment that I left on YouTube like 4 years ago, telling me to like shut the fuck up.
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm like, what?
Hell
like,
yeah.
What did I say? It didn't literally say that. It said silence. They were telling me to silence myself. I was like, what did I say? What did I do? And I clicked, and it was one of your videos on your channel from 4 years ago, where my only comment was #restore the Snyderverse.
You fucking would. You son of a bitch.
And this guy came at me with the shut the fuck up. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Was it me? Was it my sock account?
No, it was just some random. The guy just left the comment like this week.
That's insane.
Like 4 years out. That's why I had no memory of it. And I'm like, no, that's fair. Like I almost had to be like, no, you don't understand.
You understand? It was a bit. It was a bit from half a decade ago.
I promise you, I was kidding.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
So okay, there's no good choice, but there are less shit choices, and we're just gonna have to grin and bear it when it happens because I don't think we got any. The current administration in America is going to make it really easy for one American company to buy another American company. Anybody from overseas who isn't giving Donald Trump gold is going to have a tough time. But all of the companies involved, except maybe Netflix, I don't know what they've been up with, like have very specifically been like being nice to the current administration for, I think, pretty obvious reasons. So they're all going to be able to do whatever the fuck they want. If they got the money for it and Warner Brothers wants that money, they're going to be allowed. Like the FTC ain't going to stop shit. Like brace yourself. This acquisition, I hope another reason why I hope it's somebody like Comcast or, well, not Comcast, but somebody like, I guess Microsoft, or maybe, no, Microsoft, is because what I really hope, my biggest concern, is that it ends up being like the Disney Fox merger, in that there really just isn't a Fox anymore. Like they just make that shit under Disney. And a lot of the shit that Fox used to make, like they just don't, like if Fox used to make 10 movies a year, now Fox properties are putting out 4, you know what I mean? Like the output from Fox, nothing. And I do think, if it goes to somebody like a Netflix, probably maybe there'll be like more content, but I don't know if it'll be good, but like there'll probably be more like streaming, like shows or some shit, right?
My biggest fear,
but I am concerned about it.
My biggest fear about it going to Netflix is like, if they buy Warner Bros. Properties, does that mean we're just not getting DC like physical media anymore? Blu-rays and such?
That's another good point, actually.
That's my fear right now.
We might be at risk of that regardless, to be honest with you, though.
Yeah.
We're ahead. Although I will say, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are making moves to bring back physical media. Like they want, like physical media is actually coming back for them. So we might be on the home stretch. Please. We might be making some headway.
You know how we're in the midst of a blue wave? Well, I'm talking about a Blu-ray wave, baby.
The Blu-ray, yeah, hell yeah, baby. You want to do one more before we get out of here?
One more news.
One more news that is a combination of newses.
Depends on what the news is, because I got one that I definitely want to mention.
Do that one then.
A new Mummy movie? Question mark.
That was what mine was gonna be.
Hey.
Well, it was gonna be. There's a couple new movies announced. Number one, there's a new Mummy movie that is apparently set to bring back Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So I've seen this reported as definitely happening, and I've seen a couple places phrase it like heavily rumored to be happening. I don't know. I think this sounds pretty much happening.
Yeah.
And
it feels like it's time. We haven't had one in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised this wasn't announced the day after Brendan won his Oscar. So
truthfully, yeah. That's probably when the script started getting written, if I'm being honest.
Oh, for sure.
Also announced this week or recently, Jurassic World 5. We're making another one. I think this one, I think they also said that it's not going to have a lot of the returning cast, so that's either good or bad depending on who you are.
Does that mean the dinosaurs aren't going to return?
Yeah, no dinosaurs. This one's about frogs.
Ooh,
don't watch it, Rick.
That's gonna hit one of our friends very hard.
And then also a Michael Jackson biopic. Those are the 3 big movie announcements of the week. So
yeah, there's a trailer. I still didn't watch it. I'm interested to see what exactly in his life they decide to talk about.
Yeah,
because
hey, you think they're going to show that part where he hangs blanket out to dry?
No, I don't think they're going to get that far. Michael's being played by his own nephew, Tito's son, Jafar Jackson.
Jafar?
I think so.
Jesus Christ, no way.
Yeah, and I also saw talks of like they were already discussing like a part 2, like later in his life, and I'm like, well, what's that gonna show?
That's gonna be post-crisis. That's gonna be the problem.
It's got a Crisis on Infinite Michaels.
Yeah.
Will it show the original Michael getting abducted by aliens and being replaced by white Michael?
I hope so. That'll be the mini series that gets in the middle.
And then the last thing I can think to mention is how Amazon was like, we're doing that Mass Effect show. And stop me if you've heard this before. We'll focus on an original story rather than rehashing the game story.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it wasn't a good thing for the Resident Evil show, and it wasn't a good
That's
thing
true.
for the Halo show, and it wasn't a
Well,
good thing for
it's a good thing for the Fallout
uh
show.
it was a good thing for the Fallout show, so that's
We
one
hey,
in the
so we
win
got
column.
one. We
We
got
got
one.
one.
Did
We
you
got
see
one.
also in the Mass Effect column, N7 day yesterday?
Mhm.
They put out like a AR whatever the fuck thing, and people are like immediately broke it down, and they got a piece of concept art that is supposedly for the next Mass Effect game that at this point may or may not exist because they sold off to Saudi Arabia, so who fucking knows what's gonna happen.
Mhm, 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 mhm,
But it
mhm.
was a picture of a bunch of Krogan fighting, and it said Civil War.
Oh,
So
I did see that picture of the Krogan. I didn't know that's what it was from.
yeah, so that is supposedly that is an official tease of the next Mass Effect that people had to dig to find. So that's kind of something.
A Krogan Civil
A
War.
Krogan Civil War. I wonder if it'll be. I wonder how they'll handle the genophage. Maybe it's like there's a lot more Krogan now because we fixed the genophage, and now they're gonna shoot each other a bunch.
Whatever like decision you made in the third game,
Yeah,
it will follow the opposite decision. Yours wasn't canon.
yeah. They'll say go fuck yourself, and also
Yeah.
please send $1 million to the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund.
Yes. And the most canon game with the most canon choices was Andromeda.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
all the other ones are not canon. If it was
Yeah.
not specifically mentioned in Andromeda, then it wasn't real.
Oh yes.
Anyway, hey, if you want to tell us all about your favorite Mass Effect and why it's definitely Andromeda, you can leave a comment here on YouTube and also on Spotify. Those are the places
You,
that we are.
you know what I want to hear? I want people to comment their favorite Disneyland rides.
Yeah, let me know what things I should have done when I was in Disneyland, because I'm not going to be able to go back for probably several years. 'Cause
No, we're going back.
we're
We're
going
gonna go
back,
back
baby.
next year.
Yeah,
We're
next
gonna
episode live
plan
from
a friends
Disneyland.
trip next Halloween. We're all
Okay.
going to Disneyland.
All right, you make that happen. I'll figure it out. I'll go with you. I promise. But yeah, leave those comments. Share it with a friend. Hit the like button. You know what people want you to do. We need that engagement. We're nearing in on 100 subscribers on YouTube. Although we do need more more followers on Spotify. So if you're listening to this on YouTube and you haven't subscribed or followed us on Spotify, we're lagging behind on Spotify a little bit. So if you have a
Help
Spotify account, even if you don't listen there, just go over and hit follow. I'd really appreciate
help
it.
help your brothers out, please.
Yes. Yeah. We're growing steadily but slowly, which we appreciate, and we love every single one of you for being here. But we would any support you can give us, we will love and cherish. You can follow the show on Twitter at rsr_pod, or you can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Daniel J. McGee.
You could follow me on Blue Sky at Skyler 8-bit. I also have realized
Yeah.
that I do have an Instagram. I don't post on it, although I did recently post something, and it's made me wonder, like, should I just post? Should I use Instagram? No, right? The answer is no.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'd barely use the social medias that I have, if I'm being honest.
That's true and fair.
Either way, thank you all very much for watching this far into the video. And until next time, we'll see you around.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything feels right. Let's play, take a trip back in time where pixels and memories intertwine.